There are many higher institutions of learning in Nigeria, many with high value in academic and moral excellence, many distinguished for producing scholars. Among these many institutions, the University of Nigeria Nsukka stands tall with a rich academic history, cultural and social achievements. The University of Nigeria Nsukka, founded in 1960, is a leading institution in Nigeria known for its rigorous academic programs and substantial research contributions. UNN for the longest time has been considered the right destination for the fulfillment of academic pursuits to any person who wants a bright future. With two other additional campuses, the University of Nigeria Enugu campus in Enugu and the University Teaching Hospital at Ituku Ozala. The university has produced a huge number of influential graduates and numerous leaders in politics, business, and academia. Some of UNN graduates include Pat Utomi, Barrister Olisa Agbakoba, Peter Obi, Obiangeli Ezekwesili, Zach Oje, Chris Ngige, Charles Soludo, Chimamanda Adichie. And so many others too numerous to mention. Today, after about 6 decades, UNN has lost much of the beauty it once held. So many abandoned buildings, moribund projects, and deplorable roads littered around the 3 campuses of the university. Welcome to the University of Nigeria Nsukka, a one-time bride, beauty to behold, and cynosure to all eyes now turned an eyesore. We kickstart our journey from the abandoned postgraduate school building. Out of the many uncompleted and abandoned structures inside the UNN campus, this building is a sad reminder of the management's inability to keep its promise. The Ekpo Convocation Arena Road. This Convocation Arena Road that once was beautiful with lush green gardens trimmed to size now looks left unkept. The roads are in a deplorable state and nothing is being done to bring the campus back to its glory days. From observation, more roads have fallen into a deplorable state within the campus. Fulton Avenue is one, Ukuta Road, and the vehicles are having a time on the roads within the campus, not leaving out the deplorable Margaret Catworth Street Road and the Medical Center Road. There is also the poorly reconstructed Institute of Education University Primary School. The one-time popular One-Eyed Gate has been left to continue to rot with no hope of intervention anytime soon to make the aesthetics more appealing to the eye. Even Nnamdi Azikiwe flat within the campus is abandoned. This is what the agricultural department of the institution currently looks like. The list is unending.
Behind the academic prowess and vibrant student life of the University of Nigeria Teaching Hospital, located in Ituku Uzala, inside Enugu State, lies a different reality, a landscape marked by the ghost of unfinished progress. These abandoned projects took off as though they would be completed, yet the reasons why they are not complete are shrouded in mystery, from mismanagement of funds to unhealthy politics down to adoption of policies that are inimical to progress. Not many would have thought that UNN campuses would harbor abandoned and uncompleted buildings and hostels for decades. Alas, this is the reality. Standing here, inside the University of Nigeria College of Medicine, is an abandoned construction building of a 1990 medical classroom auditorium for medical students. A project that began over 3 decades ago, today still stands uncompleted, forgotten, and left to rot away. In the available lecture rooms, students on a daily basis have to make down payments to get access to good sports, or else they will have to stand. The medical students are often sandwiched into the available lecture rooms on campus, while this building has remained abandoned. In the place of lecture theaters and classrooms, an unfinished arrangement of blocks, bamboo, wood, and iron stands tall. Next is the building that should serve as a medical library, whose construction began but was never fully completed. The 2-story building with multiple rooms and office space, like the 1990 medical classroom, is abandoned and uncompleted. From its exterior, it looks complete, but the interior is a different case. Both in front and behind this building, grasses have taken over control, growing at will. Though built for human use, but now left to lizards, snakes, and other animals, are the ones using the library. The supposed medical library is an example of forgotten dreams and unfulfilled aspirations. Because buildings like this stand uncompleted and abandoned, students are forced to look elsewhere for a place to read. Students may be blamed for trespassing should anything hurtful happen to them around here. Just a few meters away from the unfinished construction of these buildings is a female student hostel. The female medical student hostel is in a world of its own, far, far away from academic activities, but not too far from the forest. The hostel has not successfully housed one student ever since it was constructed. While you may say, how can a female student hostel be located close to the bush? On closer inspection of the location of the hostel, security of life and property of the girls may not be guaranteed. There are no clear pathways or roads leading to the hostel. Students have to walk through farms and very tall grasses, corn growing on one side and cassava on the other side, and the hostel at the end. Predators lie in wait to attack, just as ritualists may lurk in the dark to maim, hurt, rape, or even kidnap these young and innocent female students, among other evils. It is not known if any parents, living or dead, will pay for their children to live in a hostel like this one.
In the heart of Enugu, nestled within the rich tapestry of Nigeria's academic heritage, lies the University of Nigeria Enugu campus, a beacon of knowledge, a cradle of intellectual giants, and a symbol of unfulfilled potential. The administrative block, envisioned as the heart of campus governance, stands frozen in time. Its construction began with the ambition to centralize the university's operations, a place where visionaries would shape the future of countless students. But today, it remains a monument to halted progress. Walls that never reached their full height, corridors that never echoed the footsteps of leaders. This is supposed to be the administrative block of the University of Nigeria Enugu campus. Sadly, it has been left in an uncompleted state for more than 10 years. The massive structure only occupies space but serves no significant purpose to the campus. This project, though commissioned, was never completed by the construction company to whom this structure was contracted, from the front of the building to behind it. Yet, vice chancellors have come and gone in the last 1 or 2 decades. Still, this building stands uncompleted. The Institute of Maritime Studies, a project that was supposed to chart new courses in Nigeria's maritime education, is now a ship stranded in dry dock. This was to be a place where future captains, engineers, and maritime experts would be molded, a gateway to the vast opportunities of the seas. But the dreams anchored here have yet to set sail, as construction remains unfinished, the vision unfulfilled. This uncompleted project was left in this state by the management of UNN, under the watchful eyes of the management of the University of Nigeria. See how grasses are growing in and around the facility. It is still a wonder how this building has remained uncompleted. The Faculty of Business Administration was supposed to be the breeding ground for innovators, entrepreneurs, and business leaders of tomorrow. Yet, the vision of bustling classrooms and thriving academic discourse has been stalled. The structure, only partially realized, stands as a stark reminder of ambitions unmet and potential untapped. The female student hostel buildings, intended to be a safe haven for young women, stand incomplete. A place that should have been filled with life, laughter, and the stories of countless students stands unfinished and inhabitable to students. These walls that are meant to shelter now stand exposed, open to the elements and to the questions that linger. These uncompleted structures are more than just unfinished buildings. They are symbols of interrupted aspirations, of promises made but not yet kept. They raise important questions about commitment, resource allocation, and the future of education in Nigeria. What halted the progress? What challenges turned these dreams into distant hopes? And most importantly, how can we reignite the spark that once fueled these projects? As the rest of the University of Nigeria Nsukka campus continues to advance, these incomplete structures stand as a call to action, a reminder that progress once started must be seen through to completion. The future of these buildings and what they represent remains uncertain, but within these uncertainty lies an opportunity to pick up where the work was left off, to bring these visions to life, and to turn these silent structures into thriving centers of learning and community. In completing these projects, we do more than just finish construction. We fulfill a promise to the students, to the community, and to the nation. The story of these structures is not over. It is waiting to be written, and the pen is in our hands. As the University of Nigeria Nsukka campus continues to thrive in many areas, these forgotten corners serve as a poignant reminder of the challenges and complexity faced by institutions across the nation. They call out for restoration, for a second chance to fulfill the promise they once held. For in the restoration of these buildings, there lies an opportunity, not just to rebuild brick and mortar, but to reignite the spirit of learning, innovation, and community that they once embodied. The future of these structures is not yet written. It is up to us to decide whether they remain as symbols of abandonment or are reborn as beacons of hope.
Inside one of the halls of this building, members of the governing council are in a crucial meeting. Having gone around to see the number of abandoned buildings and projects within the 3 campuses of the University of Nigeria Nsukka, the newly constituted Governing Council of the UNN is poised for rebranding. The Governing Council, under the able leadership of retired Major General Ike Nwachukwu, sat on August 16, 2024 to seek a path to rebuilding UNN. At that very critical meeting, based on the shortlisted candidate forwarded by the Senate, Professor Polycarp Chigbo was elected as the acting Vice-Chancellor of UNN. Major General Nwachukwu encouraged the newly elected VC to work assiduously to restore the institution's lost glory.
I feel happy because it was transparent, equitable and just. We followed the rules to ensure that whoever became acting Vice Chancellor will not have an interest in running for the substantive office of Vice Chancellor, thus not using his or her office to influence his or her qualification to being the substantive Vice Chancellor. And I must commend members of my council for being thorough, for being diligent, and we've done it in a very peaceful manner. It was a peaceful transition from the temporary acting Vice Chancellor to the proper acting Vice Chancellor, Professor Polycarp Chigbo.
Other council members also had a thing or two to say about the process.
It's an excellent process. They had the election before. The Senate were asked to elect 5 people and present to us. So today is just a confirmation of what they did. And they all did perfectly well, but one person has to be there.
We thank God for the process. It's a product of the Senate. The Senate of this university has met. They've recommended 5 names unto us, and out of the 5 names, Professor Chigbo emerged as the best, and we have only ratified because we trust the process through which he emerged, and we ratify, and we've done the needful in the best interest of the university and the best interest of the nation.
Well, first of all, I'm part of that process, and as a legal practitioner, it is also my duty to guide them in the process by the law. The Act clearly spells itself unambiguous by saying that the Senate shall recommend and that the Council shall appoint. The Senate has recommended 5 candidates for the position of acting Vice Chancellor, and the Council agreed that unanimously the Senate result shows a reflection of what the university wants. So we therefore appointed the acting Vice Chancellor, Professor Polycarp. The law says that the acting can only spend 6 months, and that is sacrosanct.
We are hopeful that the much anticipated positive changes will begin to occur on all the campuses in the shortest time.